Happy Memorial Day, everybody. It's Craig. Reviews for you. All right, got a few things to go over today. One, all these little shill websites coming up with all these different excuses of why Solo is bombing. I can tell you why Solo is bombing. You know why it's bombing? It's bombing because of you. It's bombing because of me. And it's bombing because of everybody else that Disney and Disney execs and directors and writers called racist, sexist, homophobes, blah, 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 blah. The other reason it's bombing is, man, that whole Last Jedi abomination that Rian or Roundhead Johnson put out, which is what started this whole big backlash to begin with. You know, I could deal with J.J. Abrams' Force Awakens. I did like Rogue One. It was the most Star Wars movie out of all of them. But we're going to get into it. I was talking with my mom, and it was actually a pretty funny conversation. We were going over the Star Wars thing because, you know, pretty much all I talk about and do. And sorry, Star Wars fan. So, you know, if we don't go see Solo because it has a Star Wars name in front of it, even though they did what they did, we're not fans. We're not Star Wars fans. Do you know that? Were you aware of that? I think we're more Star Wars fan because we didn't do it. We didn't go see it. We're not going to go see it. That's why I think we're more of a Star Wars fan. I mean, we're trying to look out for the whole entire franchise. It's like we've got the weight of the franchise on our shoulders. Well, guess what? I'm willing to pull my weight. So that's why I'm on camera. That's why I'm doing this. Now, getting into The Last Jedi. All right. So, as I was talking to Mom, and she brought up a show called Dallas. I don't really remember the show. But apparently one of the main characters got killed off. They finished out the season. And the very next season, they had such a big fan backlash from it that the very next season, the very first scene was one of the characters waking up, and the whole entire season that everybody had just watched was a dream. Okay, I'm all for that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's start the movie off. She's still on Jakku. She just woke up. She just had a really vivid dream about being part of the rebellion. I'm for that. And then we can take this Last Jedi thing and we can throw it in the trash. We can grind it up. We could do like they used to do in the 60s and the 70s, and we can just take everybody, you know, all the DVDs and throw them out on the road and just run over them with a steamroller. I will buy the steamroller or rent it. I will do it. If not, y'all can chip in. Y'all can do it. I just want to drive it. Just roll right over every one of those DVDs of The Last Jedi. That big abomination piece of crap. All right. Now over to JJ's movie. We know they're going through rewrites right now. Because they can't take two bombs in a row. Now, the shill media is giving a bunch of excuses of why it didn't do well. Walt Disney execs are giving excuses of why it didn't do well. We know it's not from Star Wars fatigue. That has nothing to do with it. There's 3 Marvel films out right now at the same freaking time. And all 3 of them are kicking their ass. So it has nothing to do with fatigue. If you make a good movie and you listen to the fans, believe me, one could come out every freaking month and I'll guarantee we would be there to watch it. Right or wrong? All right. So here's the problem I have with JJ's movie. The problem with JJ is the MarySue issue. All right. The MarySue issue, the dumbing down of Poe Dameron. The dumbing down of any male character, period. You don't have to dumb down the male characters in order to make the female characters great. If the female character is great to begin with, you don't have to do it. She's already a great character. We didn't have to dumb down Leia. Actually, she was the smartest of all of them. But we didn't dumb down Luke, and we didn't dumb down Han. We still had a good movie. If you go back even to the prequels, we didn't, Padme. She's a queen. Okay, so she's smart. But you didn't dumb down everybody around her. Yet she's still one of my favorite characters from the prequels. So we got Rey. Now Rey's and MarySue. And for all y'all creationists, I'm just going to wipe that to the side because they're trying to make her have all these abilities with no work involved, which reflects on today's society. Every kid's been told they're special. Every kid's been told that they're special, and they're special, and they're special, and they feel entitled to this and entitled to that. And as soon as they get out of high school, everything's going to be given to them. And they get into the workforce, and they figure out, well, hell, I'm not special. I don't like this. He's being mean to me. It's microaggression. It's this, and oh, man. Wow. Okay, I'm not going to go to that side because that just starts to, there's a vein right over here that starts to pop up when I start talking about that. So that's what we have with Rey. What we have with Rey is instant gratification. Just like social media. If we don't get our news right now, man, it's everybody's used to having their stuff right now. If you order something off of eBay and it takes more than 2 to 3 days to get to you, you start getting messages and messages. Where's my package? Where's my package? Look, dude, I don't run the mail. But everybody's used to Amazon. You order off of Amazon, 2 days later, that sucker's there, even on a Sunday. So this is the mentality that society's gotten into. So this is the mentality that he's given Rey. Rey never has to work for anything. Whereas Luke, being a direct descendant of freaking Darth Vader, had to go to Dagobah. Had to work. He wasn't there a day. He wasn't there 2 days. He was there a long time. Working with Yoda. Training with Yoda. Constantly training. Constantly working. Mental abilities. Mental abilities. Mental abilities. That's all Yoda kept talking about. And it turns out that, bam, failure. Remember when he tries to lift the X-Wing out of the water? And it gets about halfway up and then he can't get the rest of it because it's just too big. And then Yoda picks it up, puts it on the land. Same thing. Failure. But Rey's never experienced failure. She immediately gets thrown into the middle of this. She jumps into a spaceship she's never been in, ever. Finds the cockpit. Knows how to start it up. Knows how to fly it. Now, the next thing you know, she's flying in and out of Imperial ships, from the Battle of Jakku, and she's, doing all this other stuff. And how? If I can guarantee right now, if I put any one of y'all into my race cars, one of them, just pick one, and you wouldn't even know how to crank it up. And that's the God's honest truth. There's so many switches and buttons and things that you have to do just in order to be able to get that thing to crank up. There's a certain sequence that has to happen to get it to fire up. And driving it is a whole separate issue all of itself. But yet, and I would imagine it's way less complicated than flying a spaceship. But yet she can do it. Oh, and she can fix it. And she's never experienced failure. Just all of a sudden, without even knowing. She can do the Jedi mind trick. Didn't even know it existed. She can all of a sudden fight with a lightsaber. Never done it before. And she can best somebody who has trained with a lightsaber for years. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that. But like I said, it's a direct reflection on today's society. The things that they need to do to make a good Star Wars film, they really need to take notice, and they really need to take notice of what we've accomplished, because every one of y'all should be proud of what you've accomplished. Yeah, we're winning this battle right here. We've got a long way to go though. we really do have a long way to go. But I think, I think if we stick together, we're going to be able to carry this thing out. Now, I am deep, deep, deep in this whole Star Wars issue. And just being on camera, giving these points of views is kind of something I really shouldn't be doing. But I'm doing it for Star Wars. If it comes down to I lose all of my subscribers or I lose everything else, I'm okay with that. Because I know I did the right thing. I closed my pocketbook to the big bad empire. But long live the rebellion. This is Craig. Reviews for you. We're coming up on our 300 subscribers, so it looks like we're going to, and we just gave away, I just did the 200 subscriber yesterday. So as soon as we get our 300 subscriber, we'll go ahead and we'll do our 300 subscriber giveaway. We're going to do these. Every 100 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. And like I said, this channel's not monetized, comes out of my pocket, but it's a thank you to all the subscribers of this channel. I want to grow this channel, get it bigger, and I want to make a difference in Star Wars. And we do that by sharing these videos, getting them out there, put them on social platforms, put them on Twitter, put them, share them with, any kind of group that you're in. We've got to be able to get these videos out there so we can get more people on board, so we can keep up the good work of what we've done. And, like I said before, that just comes down to, me not wanting to open my pocketbook and you guys doing the same. So with that being said, everybody enjoy your Memorial Day. Have a beer on me. I am out of here.
You don't know the power of the dark side.